Welcome, everybody. How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Doing great, thanks.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got playing cards.
Yeah, see, I already designed them. Done.
Hey, they look so
Original
familiar.
design.
They're very
Wow.
original. Yeah, I need to figure this out. I don't feel like I know what I'm getting myself into here, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, you have a template, so that's a good start.
Yeah, I do have a template, and I do have some cards that I took pictures of at home.
And you only have to draw one half.
That's true.
You
That is
flip.
true. Oops, what's going on? Let me make this bigger. So, how was you guys this weekend? Anything cool happen?
My husband and I flew up to New Jersey. New Jersey.
Yeah.
So we found out that we're going to be living there next year.
Wow.
Hey. Yeah. Yep. So we, my husband's in the military, so normally we only have usually a 3 months heads up. So to have 9 months of heads up is awesome. So we never get this. So he actually had some work up there, and I was like, well, I'll come along and we can just scout out the area.
Yeah. Have you ever been to New Jersey before?
No.
No.
It's very rural. A
Oh,
lot
really?
more. Yeah, a lot more rural than I thought it would be.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it myself either.
It was much cooler than Florida, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to wear jeans again.
That's cool. And they have the full seasons there too, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am really excited for that. And I mean, we'd be an hour and a half away to an hour from New York City, so that'd be really cool.
yeah. That is cool.
I can't complain.
Nice.
Have any of you guys been there before?
I've been to New York once, but not New Jersey.
Yeah, I've been in New York, but not New Jersey.
Yeah. It's we flew into Philly, so that was kind of interesting just to see that area of the country that I've heard so much about, but never really got to see growing up on the West Coast. So
They have a cool art museum I want to go to called the Brandywine Museum in Philadelphia, which is the turn of the century American illustrators like N.C. Wyeth and Howard Pyle have a bunch of their work on display. It's really it's where they used to live too, which is kind of cool.
I've heard of the Brandywine, and there's another I think another artist feature there. I can't remember his name right now, but I didn't realize it's in Philadelphia. So
Yeah. Well, it's outside. I think a little bit outside in the Brandywine Valley, but I'd love to go check that out. It'd be cool.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the East Coast is everything's pretty just right next to each other, and DC is not that far away, and Boston either.
It's funny that even the vernacular is different. I grew up in Los Angeles, moved to Rhode Island, and I used to call the freeway system, if you use the word "the" before it, they would make fun of you. I'd be like, "We're going on the 95," and oh, the 95.
Really?
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Well, I don't know if we grew up saying it like that in Washington State. It was we just hop on I-5.
Yeah, I think it's when you have 500 freeways that you start using the, because
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Or we're just doing it wrong. I don't know.
They have so one weird thing that New Jersey has is these weird. They try not all the times, but sometimes they'll avoid the left-hand turn lane. So what they do is it's almost like a little clover leaf you have to go off on, and you come around and stop at a light. That's how you make your left-hand turn. Not all places, but on some of the major freeways, we're like, wait, where are we going? What's going on? I've never seen this before.
That's crazy.
It's always interesting to see how certain places solve different solutions to the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Rhode Island, as soon as the light hit green, they would make a left in front of you, and it was called the Rhode Island left. So there is no like waiting; you just gun it in front of oncoming traffic.
Oh wow.
You have a little bit of a delay, so it's probably fine.
Yeah. I never tried it.
Do you live in Rhode Island now, or are you in Los Angeles?
No, I'm in Oklahoma actually.
Oh my.
Yeah, I live outside of Oklahoma City.
Oh, it's weather. I hear the weather is just absolutely nuts all the time over in Oklahoma.
Last year, for sure. This year is a little more tame, but last year it was pretty crazy. Yeah.
What? It's tame for 2020?
I mean, I guess, compared to LA, everything's crazy, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, with weather.
Do you get tornadoes there?
Yep. Yeah. And you have this, like, air raid siren that goes off if they're within a certain distance from you. So it sounds like you're getting invaded, and then
in a sorts by the weather.
Yeah, and then you get the thunderstorms, which are pretty cool actually. But at first, when you first move to a place like that, it's like, whoa, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, we never grew up with that in Washington. We didn't really have, like, every now and then, but Florida has some pretty impressive thunder shows.
I read somewhere that Florida has more tornadoes than Oklahoma. They're just not as devastating. Like Oklahoma has like the crazy,
big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, like the movie Twister. The cows are flying everywhere.
We have had some little ones, none that we've seen. I will say though, the first week we got here or moved into our house here, my husband had to go on a business trip, and so I was trying to reorganize the garage, and we just moved in, so I was like putting everything around, and he leaves, like, and 2 hours later the sirens are going off and my phone blows up and it says like tornado warning, which means that there's something imminent, and immediately like the sky just got dark. It just added.
It's like almost green.
Yeah, it was a weird like quiet tint, and then the wind. Wind starts blowing, and I'm just like poor like Washington girl out, like throwing everything, run inside because I don't know what to expect, and then it like calms down. I was like, oh no, it's nothing.
just slightly terrifying.
Yeah, I just want to pull a trick on the Washington girl.
Yeah.
Welcome to Florida.
Welcome, Nolan.
Hey, Nolan.
Good morning.
Hi, Nolan.
Or afternoon.
All the above.
I think last time I was on, I forgot to say hi, Michael. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know if we actually met each other before, but
No, we haven't. Nice to meet you.
yes.
Officially.
I'm scouring your website. By the way. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you. I'm going to be working on Phobos fan art today.
What?
Ooh.
It's my thank you to Jason for allowing me to
Oh, man.
freely publicize my own self.
Oh, you don't have to feel obligated to do that. But
Oh, no, it's cool.
But let me see what you're working on.
I can't help it. It's very loose right now. I'm going to try and button it up.
I guess I better talk about the campaign. I would do that is to start working, and then I'm like, hey.
How is it going with that? Have you checked?
It's going good. Let's see. Let me do this. Whoosh. So we're at 26,400, which means, well, we've hit the goal, and we've unlocked the first card. So we're getting close to the second card. And I've been thinking, at first, when I first thought up this idea, I was like, well, it'll just be one card. So like, I was thinking it would be each suit would be maybe a different comic. So one would be Remind characters, one would be Phobos. But I kind of like the idea of just, welcome Zach, I kind of like the idea of just having it all Phobos, unless it goes really big. If it goes really big, then I can split it up and have different kinds of suits of different characters. But so what that means is this 26,000 would unlock probably all the ace cards, and then the 27 would unlock all the Sir cards, the king cards basically. And so we can actually get a full deck built pretty quick if I do it that way. So I wasn't planning on going that crazy with it and making that much work for myself, but I haven't officially said that that's the way it's going to happen either. But I kind of like the idea, and if I can churn them out, if I can make them pretty quickly, then I'll do that, which would mean we'd get a full deck of cards most likely. So yeah, it's going good. So if you guys haven't heard of Phobos, anyone watching, check it out. Go to Indiegogo, search for Phobos, and grab it. It's a 300-page book, and all black and white. There's still some collector's editions left. We have 63 out of 100 claimed, and I'm only going to print 500 collector's editions. So I am going to keep it limited because when I launch the Kickstarter campaign, I'll have a block of 100 on that as well. And I've already sold out of 50 of them from early bird, and then I've also sold another 50 or so to patrons and other groups. So so once those run out, once I've hit 500 of those collector's editions, it will be not available anymore. And those are numbered and signed, and you get your name in the book and all that fun stuff. So anyway, that's Phobos. Yay!
Woo! Hi.
I like that idea. Hi, Zach.
How's everybody doing?
Vetch.
Doing pretty good. It's always a struggle to decide if I'm going to stream or not, because I have, I'm juggling projects. I've been working on the cognitive drawing book, and then
Well, I've been seeing you on a bunch of streams lately. I can't help but I'll go to my subscriptions and it'll be like Jason Brubaker, Phobos with Red Valkyrie with you did a bunch this week.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, that was. I set those all up people asked right at the start, and I said yes to everything, and so I think I've done all of them that I've agreed to, and I'm hesitant to go on another spree of trying to get a bunch more set up because they're so all consuming,
Yeah.
I don't know. They take a lot out of me. Live streaming does.
Well,
also,
I imagine interviews too.
Yeah.
Man, energy.
Yeah. And some people are really good at it, but it's hard.
They're called extroverts.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think I'm married to one, but it still confounds me.
Here, let me show one of your guys' screens because I don't know how interesting it is to see playing cards being made.
it's the best.
The best ever. Let me save this first.
How is your son's card game going?
Really good. I've been kind of super motivated to get it done because I don't know what the deadline is for it. Actually, I'll show you guys some of the stuff I've been working on for it in a second. Let me save this though, because I haven't saved anything. I don't even have a folder for this. Playing cards.
If it's like any other school project, that means it's the day before.
Yeah. I don't want it to be that because the thing is I have to send off the cards to get printed and then shipped. And if I want to rush deliver it, then it's like $50 shipping. And I'm like, no, I don't want to spend that much on a thing. But I've been wanting to do this with him for a long time. I mean, I think he was like 8 or 9 when he came up with the idea, and we've been working on it on and off. Like every maybe 6 months or so, we'll kind of pull it back out and be like, hey, let's try doing some more on this. And then now it's just all on my shoulders to actually finish the art, finish what I've started. And it's like 50 something, pieces of art. Here, I'll show you though.
But it'll feel good once it's done.
Yeah. And we've printed, I don't know if I have any of them here, because I've left a bunch at home. I don't have any of the actual printed cards, but I've printed it like actual card decks. Like these are the.
Oh, nice.
So we've printed them, but they've been with his drawings the first time around, and I printed on my printer, and then we actually had a playing card company make cards, but we used his designs just to test it. And then kind of worked out the kinks. And then we printed it again. I had finished all the cars, and so we printed it again to see how that looked. And then we just haven't done anything since. And I'm like, I got to do all the weapons now. Let me find this first. I can't.
Flaming knife thrower.
Yeah. Where is it? I deleted it all. No. Here we go. Okay, so we've seen these. So the slingshot,
Oh, cool.
spitball gun, the knife thrower.
I like how detailed the spitwad. That was like some next level spitwad.
On a little tiny card, it's going to be impressive. The knife thrower, the gun. I still need to finish the bullet there.
Uh-huh.
The grenade launcher or dropper, whatever. The water gun.
Ooh.
And so you see, it's like this one's a red card. And so let me just show you like an environment card. I don't have any good ones.
Even the water has mood. It's all nice.
So see, here's an environment card for the desert. And it has different colors at the bottom. And it's +2, +3, -3. And it depends. Like, so if you're in the desert and you have a dirt bike or something, the dirt bike's color is brown. The card is brown. And so you get kind of an extra boost. And so on the courses, all the weapons that have to do with water or ice or something, you get usually a plus on the courses where it's like one of them's a volcano. And so you get like the weapon gets a little boost, And so anyway, so that's what the colors are for. And then here's the cannon, automatic cannon. I like that one. And then there's like a rifle, flamethrower. This is a sniper, so it's getting a little more powerful. Here's a freeze ray, which I like that one. Tar cannon, right? Everyone, And so the black is for like pavement, so the city, and any of the cars that don't have that need to go on roads, they get a plus on the black. But if it's like if they're trying to drive around on the beach, then it would be a detriment, to the black ones. Machine gun.
Wow. So many of them.
A rail gun. I put lightning in there so it's magnetic,
That's nice.
And I drew out the rest of them this weekend with him. It goes up like 8 is like it's like missiles, and then I don't remember. There's heat
And
seeking
then
missiles. There's missiles. There's like a laser beam, and then it goes all the way up to a nuke. And then and then the other one is he calls it a tanker pult, where you launch a tanker trailer full of gas with a catapult. And so I had to design a tanker pult. But it's really fun. So anyway, it's getting there. And then here's all the cars. I don't know if I've shown you these. Oh, there's some wild cards too. So 2 of the car cards are a wild card. So this one you match your weapon number. So I know it doesn't make any sense because you don't know the rules of the game.
Yes.
That's a wild card too.
You're gonna need the ambulance for sure in this game.
Yeah.
Triage.
So some of these are a little like sloppier drawn, like this one is a little sloppier because some of them I was like, whatever, I'll just do it sloppy. And this one I literally traced over top of his sketch because I thought it was such a cool shape. So
That's cool.
He pretty much designed that one to the T. And some of them are hybrids. Here's a boat car. So obviously the beach will the boat car will get some pluses, Dirt bike and ice cream truck.
Ice cream. Yes.
Willie's army vehicle. Here's a drag racer. Rally car. Truck. Kind of a monster truck. He calls this the Snipe Dynamic.
That's a great name for a vehicle.
At one point we had all the names on it, but it's just too much information, so we took all the names. Fire truck. Like a monster semi-truck.
Nice.
Bulldozer. Backhoe. Monster truck. And then this steam like flander thing. And then a hovercraft. And a tank. So those are all the cars.
That's awesome.
And then so here's the environment cards. So you each have 2 decks. So you have your cars and your weapons laid face down, and then you have a stack of environment cards in front of you. And so the first thing you do is you flip over the first environment card, and then you both flip over your first cards of your deck. And then you have the option every round to pick either a new car or a new weapon to compete on this environment. And then you have to add up your score and subtract whatever color penalties or additions you get, And then there's this little thing like shark attack, must draw a new car, like there's each environment card has a little thing that might. So here's the city damage control 10-point maximum. So if you go over 20, everything explodes. That's that's what we say. You've blown everything up, and so you lose. So you can't go over 20 with your cards. And so this one specifically, you can't go over 10. So it kind of forces you to keep cycling through your cards, And then this one here, damage control, lowest score wins. So in the desert, hill fire, jungle. I need to do some jungle art. I just was getting tired at that point. Moon, mountain, speedway, swamp, volcano. Yeah. And then I need to do one wild card for the environments, which will be a junkyard. And I can't quite figure out what the rule will be. I'm thinking you can pick one of your opponent's used cars or weapons. So that would just cause chaos in the game because people would be digging through each other's cards. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but maybe you can pick your opponent's last played cards. Anyway, I'm talking too much specifics. No one cares. So
we care. We care.
So anyway, it's fun. It's turning out really good, and it's a fun game to play. It's simple enough that like my youngest can play it. He's 8, And, he has to work on the math, it's simple enough math to where he can think about it and get it. But, it's simple enough to where everyone can get it without being confused. So I don't know. We'll see. And I still want to launch a Kickstarter with him too for it, just to kind of see what happens. It'll be like $100 goal, if he gets, we'll sell him for $20 a deck or something. So he doesn't have to get too many people. I'll himself, I'll give him all the stuff, and then if he makes any money, he'll have made some money.
Start him young on crowdfunding.
Whoop. Yeah.
This is the future, son.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Nope.
No, it looks awesome, and it's simple enough for anyone to pick it up, and it's just really fun.
Yeah, it is really simple, and so if you can have as many players as you want. Really, I mean, every 2 players you have to get another deck, though. Otherwise, you just end up going through your cards way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the thought behind it. Because, and I don't know, maybe there needs to be a cap, like 8 players or something. Otherwise, it's just crazy. But
sometimes that chaos can be really fun.
Yeah, that's true.
And I find that it's nice to have games that accommodate larger crowds as well. Sometimes that are also simple.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of friends at the last place we lived, and we'd often meet like a lot of new people who weren't really accustomed to anything outside of like the most basic board games. So trying to find something that wasn't too complex but accommodated a larger number of people.
Yeah.
Really helpful.
Yeah, I hope it. I hope I can get it done soon so we can really test it out. I mean, we've already been testing it, and it seems to be working really well. So as far as the gameplay, so it'll be fun to see if other people can play it without much explanation.
You're just becoming the card game artist extraordinaire.
Yeah, suddenly, all of a sudden, it's like, make lots of cards.
No more comics, just cards.
Yeah.
Wizards of Pocatello.
Jason, you're gonna have to do like a 52 card pickup with when you get those decks. Just get one deck and just go.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
I'm gonna put it on one of you guys because I'm gonna have to do some experimenting and thinking while I'm drawing. Let's see. Look at that. Phobos fan art.
Phobos fan art.
Whoa, that really looks awesome.
Thanks.
You're doing just the outline.
What was that?
You're doing just the outline. Is that how
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll block it in and then I'll go in on the inside.
That's awesome, man. Looks good.
With silhouette.
Look at that chisel point.
This guy was more challenging than I anticipated.
Well, it turned out awesome.
Thank you.
Oh,
Don't cross him. Whew.
The tough thing with this kind of thing is I kept wanting to draw like the reference. I'm like,
What do you mean draw the reference?
whenever I see another like person's character or their thing and I want to draw it, then I end up starting to draw like they do, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I gotta go back.
Yeah.
Taking only from the inspiration and the basic reference and translating to your style.
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Is anyone planning on participating in Inktober this year?
Say that again.
I said, is anyone planning on participating in Inktober this year?
No. I'm not planning on it. I'm not planning on it myself, but I do want to have a contest for Phobos that during Inktober.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my plan anyway.
Ooh, I got one. Let's try that.
I might not do it this year. I think every year I always get pressured into like wanting to make these super elaborate inks, and I'm like, I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, if I can fit it in, then I would do it. But I've never finished it. So if I have started, I've never finished.
Unless you can somehow make it so that's actually fulfilling your other goals at the same time, which can be pretty tricky.
Yeah, it almost feels like a cheat because you work on your comic and you could just post a panel like every day, and you just be like, Inktober, everyone. I guess it's like self promo.
Somehow trying to work that prompt into that page.
Yeah.
How do I work in teddy bear? Oh.
You just draw it real small in the background.
Or that, or wide interpretation.
I only did one Inktober all the way through a few years ago, and I did the D&D monster manual from A to Z, and I got all these people that were excited about D&D, and that was cool. But then when I started posting my comics, I'm like, oh, they're all leaving now. It's a completely different audience.
Yeah.
It's like almost an even swap now. I'll post a page and then I can tell like, oh, all the D&D people have left and new comic people are taking their place.
So, Mrs. Green, you talk. Sorry. Can I ask you a question real quick? Because I'm trying to.
Sure. Hold on. Let me mute myself. Sorry, I got to mute.
No worries.
I just feel like the spirit of it was really good. It was really fun. You can, be inspired and see what other people are doing, and then it's not that I don't think that you can still have it, engage with it. I think for myself, I think there's just like too many people are injecting their own preferences to it, their own rules for like I think there was the controversy where people were like, well, what about digital ink? And I don't know, I'm kind of in the side of like, just draw with the pen, like just try it out.
Yeah.
It's just I saw a lot of comments about, like by saying you're using regular ink, you're disparaging everybody who uses, you're making some kind of judgment on them. And at that point I was getting a little bit, I just saw that it's like, well, so we have no rules for anything at all. It's like, if you come out with Penciltober, you're going to have people talking about using digital pencils or Acrylictober or whatever prompt there is. It's like, I think people just don't like rules, or they'll find a way to break the rules.
That's
You just try it out. If you don't like it, then
yeah.
don't do it.
I remember hearing questions over that, and I wasn't sure. I kind of felt that it kind of got left like it almost seemed like at a whatever point, whatever makes you happy, but
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Whatever.
Yeah, I saw people getting upset because it was stressful, and I was like, "Is it stressful, or are you just stressed out?" Like, I don't know.
I thought this was supposed to be fun.
Yeah, like they were upset that it was like putting pressure on them, and I'm like, I don't think it's mandatory.
Yeah. You must do it.
Like, there's like this like communal pressure. Doing Tober.
You're a real artist. You're doing tour.
Oh. Do you even hashtag?
If you said you did, if you say you're going to do it and you don't, then you're a horrible artist.
Reject.
Like, what have you even done with October?
I feel like artist wobbles on Twitter are like the most like first world problem ever.
Yeah.
You can complain. It's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have your opinion on stuff. That's fine. But I just think it's like when people start like when they start dogpiling on some issue or whatever. I just find it hilarious.
And then people make YouTube videos about it, which is even crazy.
Yeah.
They make, that's what I find baffling. I'm like, wow.
You have a lot of free time on your hands.
Like, this is like a 3-hour video on some Instagram beef.
I thought you were ranting.
Instagram beef. That's awesome.
That's my, I'm showing my age. I got to bring out all the old classic words.
I guess that's why I appreciated it so much.
For the old guys out there, beef.
I was actually showing my 3-year-old those old Wendy's commercials.
Oh, really?
Like no one does anybody remember those at all?
Yeah. Where's the beef?
The old guys.
Yeah.
Is that right? Am I thinking the right one?
Yeah, the grandmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the best commercials of their time. Everyone knew those. That was great.
I feel like YouTube's has spoiled me, so now like when a commercial comes on, I'm like, I have no tolerance for commercials anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's the angriest I've ever seen Frank.
Not angry.
What are you talking about? That's his happy face.
He is smart.
When I designed him a long time ago, I always had him angry, and I was just because every comic drawing of a superhero, they're always mad, like screaming.
yeah.
And so that was just how I designed him, and it just kind of stuck. He just has the angry face all the time, even though he's saying nice things.
I mean, he's like kind of just that kind of angry, not like raging angry.
Yeah.
Have I asked you this, Jason, about the DreamWorks space? Like, what's the reason why the DreamWorks space shows up everywhere?
Sorry, my wife's walking and I can't hear anything.
Oh.
Hold on one second.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
What were you? Here, let me turn you up.
Hey.
I have it low so it doesn't pick itself up on my microphone. What were you saying, Nolan?
That's a true artist studio where you have like high ceilings and echoey,
Yeah.
hard concrete floors,
Yeah.
everything reverbs. You know the DreamWorks face, like the whole like cocked eyebrows, sort of.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this farm.
If you worked at DreamWorks, like what's the reason behind why that expression is so?
Oh man, I can only guess. I don't know. I mean, that was kind of established before I got there too. And it's more in I think it's more in the marketing department that, like, it's like, it was kind of like this expression that was really expressive. And so it ended up finding its way into like all the marketing type materials. And whenever we would work on a production, and then the marketing department would get their hands on it, everybody on the production would be so annoyed because they would just kind of hammer it into this DreamWorks mold, Kung Fu Panda 2, or actually 2 and 3, we were able to kind of take over the marketing department a little bit and push our ideas more. Yeah, I don't know though. I think it was just a universally like if you didn't see that face on every marketing poster for a company, and you saw it the first couple times, it was like kind of like, oh, that's a cool face. It's very expressive, the cocked eyebrow. Wow. But then it just, started being on everything. So
you guys actually hated it, like the production crew?
Oh yeah, it was the dumbest thing. And I mean, you can act it out in the story department or something, and it's just like a split second, maybe once in a while it might show up, but for whatever reason it became the marketing strategy for all, like everything. So, but yeah, I don't know exactly. That's my theory.
Like that expression, and also like the smug half eye closed, like the Garfield look. Like I feel like a lot of characters do like the arms crossed Garfield look, like.
Oh yeah.
But that's not just DreamWorks. That's kind of like a trendy thing.
Well, I see that a lot now, like with a lot of thumbnails. Like when I scroll through, like yesterday, I was watching TV, and I haven't watched animation in a while, so I thought like, well, let's see what's around, and it's like all the thumbnails look the same, where it's like that same, arms crossed, half eyelid open, I'm better than you sort of expression.
I think there was a time, I mean, when I was pitching around Hollywood, like I pitched to Disney a couple times, Disney TV, and they were really pushing this whole angle of, we want like these boy characters to be overly confident, like, and that has to come across really obviously. Confidence, like unstoppable, no one's going to change my mind, I'm confident, and they really wanted us to do that even in our presentations that we pitched to them. So I think that was part of the kind of the push in Hollywood for a certain amount of years, because how Hollywood is. It's like when certain studios kind of figure out a trend, they all kind of jump on a bandwagon and really push to sell to that audience and that group. And so everyone's just kind of doing the same thing for a moment in time. And at least that's what it looked like to me back at that time frame.
I feel like every time I see that expression, like if I saw a real person like making those same expressions, I kind of have there's something in me that kind of wants to smack them over the head. Like, come on, no one's not that.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, if you're like checking out in groceries and the teller talks to you like that, or
yeah, it's really an odd thing to be like, this has to be the face of our movie. Cocky overconfidence.
So it's funny you mentioned that, because the gal who does Lackadaisy, the Lackadaisy Cats comic, she does a lot of other tutorials, and she does one on expressions, and she actually addresses, I think she calls it like the SMARM eyebrow, like one eyebrow up and kind of that typical, and she just like totally makes fun of it and says like, never use this. Basically, it's overdone. So I find it pretty funny.
does Hollywood animation, like animation commercials and posters, have it a lot now, though? Is it still overused right now that you've seen, Nolan?
I haven't watched a lot of American animated films lately.
Okay.
But I mean, I could do a Google search and see. What,
Yeah. No pressure.
let's see. Well, if I look up like Onward, right? Onward has Pixar's Onward.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Okay, let me.
Should I put you on screen?
Well, I don't. Let me share my screen first.
I dropped in the private chat for your viewing pleasure later.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do. And this is not meant to criticize anyone. I'm just criticizing organizations. So. Or corporations are people too, right? Yeah, like this one. There it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's another one? It's another movie that came out. How about the Scooby-Doo movie?
I should probably hide your screen while you're Google searching.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, no, not that, Scooby-Doo.
No, Scooby, no.
Let's see here. No, I mean this one seems pretty like okay, I suppose. I don't know. I'm always like worried about doing Google searches in public on streams.
You should be.
The bots haven't really.
Like, where's the beef? What? Well, there's a question from Mythical Beast.
Question. Right here. How do you overcome staring at a blank canvas and drawing something?
Ooh.
Um,
Let us know if you find out.
yeah. I don't know. Sorry. You just kind of got to push through, I guess. I just realized it almost looks like I'm doing the eyebrows on this drawing here, but that's not supposed to be his eyebrow. That's not an eyebrow right there. Oh boy. I should do that cocky, smarmy expression on all my cards.
Do it.
Don't you do that on Story Diesel stuff?
Oh, it's not Diesel's cards. It's my cards. Or the Phobos cards. There's no characters on Diesel's
Well,
cards.
that's why I was like, what have you doing on cards?
I think it depends on what you want to or what you're doing it for. Like if you're just sketching for the sake of sketching. Sometimes I think about a random topic and I ask myself, oh, can I draw that? Like if I just say, can I draw a lollipop helicopter? You know, like I just threw that up right now and like go draw a lollipop helicopter and see what comes out. And then do something else random like, I don't know, a helicopter's having a tea party, right? Like that's just a random idea. And then
That's like what my kids like me to do. They every now and then they'll come in and they'll be like, "Dad, give us something crazy to draw." And I have to think of the most weirdest idea ever, and then they get all excited and they go and both try to draw it and they compare it, and then I have to vote on who's the winner.
Oh,
You should form that. That's like everything over.
there's that one time when we did that random comic.
Yeah. And I failed because I didn't do any of the work that you guys all did. I was
Well, I did do like
scribble, stick figures.
I did like a chicken scratch. Then Mike goes in and does like the whole matrix.
Get it for you.
yeah.
That's like Inktober.
An idea?
Yeah, having a prompt is always helpful, and I've actually never used this, but this is called a Reckless deck, and it's a little deck of cards, and it's more for drawing characters. I got this a few years ago. It's more for drawing like fantasy characters, so it gives you a prompt. Here, I'll put up one. This deck
Okay.
gives you different prompts like crown And I like, oh my gosh, I probably just opened this for the first time. Ice attributes. So there's certain rules where you draw like a few cards and then you pair them up, and then you like draw whatever the 3 cards say.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
an
think
interesting idea.
another thing that's really helpful is if I'm just nothing is coming from my like in my head or just creative vision, find a picture, an image from an artist you admire, want to better yourself with, and start by like copying what they do, and that just kind of helps warm you up to then later you like once you have something on paper, even if it's not your original idea, you're warmed up and it'll kind of other ideas will come to you. It's just like a little on-ramp to the freeway of creativity.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The freeway.
I just got it. No.
Bye, boo.
Bye. That was it? You're not staying long?
Maybe.
You got things to do.
We have a child at home doing school. And then I have to go pick up the other child from actual school. Okay?
I'm gonna mute this. Sorry,
No,
guys.
you don't need to mute this. This is real life. While you sit here in your office, man.
See what I gotta deal with, guys? Problems.
I got my own at home. Yep.
Like I said, I like
Thank you.
Bye, honey. Yeah, I'll go home.
Okay, because D has CrossFit, Story has football, soccer, and football. Soccer practice, football game. Just so
Today?
you know. Yep.
Okay.
It's my life, honey. It's my life.
All right. She's proud of it. She loves it.
All right, I'm starting another 5-minute comic. All right, so I'm handing this off to whoever.
I'm not participating, man. Everyone else can participate. I got too many other things.
What is it?
Out about.
I'm just gonna take 5 minutes to do one panel, and then whoever wants the next, then they can.
Okay.
What's going on?
I'll host it, but I won't participate. How about that?
I feel a lot of pressure.
Explain
right
it.
now.
Explain
Yeah,
it,
it is
Nolan, so that
pressure.
Jessica.
So I'm just gonna draw this one panel, and then if anybody wants to, I can hand it off to someone else, and they can do whatever they want to do with whatever
Is
idea they have.
Creature where like someone draws the top half and someone draws the next bottom half, or
Well, it's just kind of in response to Mythical Beast's comment about just drawing. How do you draw a blank canvas? And I'm just gonna draw something that I have no idea where this is gonna go. So.
So what you're saying, it's like a Google search. You just don't know where it's going to go.
I wish we could have the chat participate in something like this, to where it could end up being a lot of panels, and see where it goes. It's hard to know who's going to take it.
Okay, well, I'm already done. So, who wants in on it?
Let's see what you drew. Oh, let me put you on screen. Oh, so cute.
Okay, let's give it some more expression. Let's do it.
All right. Does anyone want to take this comic strip over and draw the second panel? Even in chat. You guys can participate too. We just got to know who to send it to.
Oh, there's just so many options. You remind me of like a molar, like a tooth.
Molar, I guess. Just be like.
It's a dentist commercial.
All right. Is that a cavity? Oh man.
My spleen.
Here, I'll make it a tooth. I'll make. look like a tooth. I don't know. Maybe just a little specular, I guess.
Nice.
Mr. Mueller.
I don't want to do shading or anything. It's going to be strictly line. There you go. Or since he already has legs, I'm not going to give him the legs. I'll just be like
Little molar, like root legs.
root.
With the little nerve endings sticking out.
Oh,
Just trailing behind him.
Okay.
This is mesmerizing.
I'm gonna bust a cat.
Zach, you want it?
No. I have so much on my like I can't I'm not even set up to draw. I am literally just handling people's crap right now.
Oh,
Not even my own stuff. I gotta edit some stuff that's not even my own stuff right now.
Mm,
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll continue working on my own stuff.
I gotta think on that for a bit. I let the creativity brew.
Yeah, I'll just post. I'll throw it up on Dropbox, and if anyone wants to do it, fine. But
Wait, so how many is it? Like a certain number of panels on this thing?
I just set this up right here. It doesn't. You don't have to follow it,
Oh, I see. Okay.
or you could trim it up if you want. But there are no rules. Just do whatever you want.
Well, somebody will have to do lettering, and then we'll have to get a flatter.
exactly.
Does
What's the
anyone
page rate? It's like $1 a page.
We need some project management here. What's going on?
I just posted it in the private chat, so you guys can have at it.
percolate for a little bit?
Okay.
Holy molar, a religious tale using teeth.
Drawing planet Earth in the background, and I'm just like, I just want to draw blobs for the land. Like, no, let me go get some reference. It kind of looks like North America. No, okay. Reference.
All right, see what you guys think. This is kind of interesting, right?
That's cool.
I just tried to make the hair into the shape of the
Ooh.
spade, and then same with his shape a little. Because I like the really detailed, intricate cards, and so I was trying to do that with the hair and stuff
That's really cool.
without having to make a design.
That is cool.
You did that really fast.
Well, I gotta, like, it's pretty sketchy, so I gotta clean it up.
Yeah.
Is that so I guess if I did one for each card, face, not face, what is it called? Suit. Would that be an attractive deck, you think?
Say that again.
Style? Would this be an attractive style of a card? If I did that for, like even the numbers, like, you know, when you get to 8 and stuff, I would just have a big, or I'd have the letter 8 and then the suit and then a big drawing inside the shape of the suit. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I kind of like some idea of not a border, but something to kind of anchor.
Yeah, well,
Nothing complex, but just because the darkest points are the spades and ace, the letterings. So just something to help frame it a little more.
yeah.
So that.
Well, the suit cards have that nice border, you know, like
Okay,
that.
yeah, maybe that was.
But I'm just going off of this deck. So this is the ace and it's really simple. And so I'm making it a little more complicated than the ace normally is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make this border real quick as a reference.
That's true.
Why am I doing this by hand? Oh, brother. Okay. So that's kind of what it would look like.
Oh, so it would have like a dark border.
No, that would be the shape of the card, you know,
Oh, okay.
because you're seeing the bleed
Got
in the art. He kind of looks like he has his hair pulled up like a grandma bun, though.
Well, maybe that's why he's so angry looking.
Yeah, that works.
Are you going to spot any blacks in it?
Yeah, I'd like to. And I think I'll do a similar design to this whole deck, kind of like I did on the campaign, where it still has the film grain and gray tone, and kind of rough up the cards so they look a little beat up almost.
I think that will definitely anchor it a lot.
Yeah.
So for the printing of the cards, did you have to find a different printer, or the printer does those as well?
I've been using this company called MakePlayingCards.com. Oops, that got kicked out. And sorry, Zach. I've been using MakePlayingCards.com to print all the ones with my son, and I've just used the cheapest everything for the tests that we're making, and they're still really good. And they have like all these options, and you know, it ends up being, $15 or something a deck if you order one plus shipping. But then if you can order like 200 of them, it knocks it down to like, $2 or $5 or whatever the price is. And so, I really want to be able to upgrade to like really nice cards, like actual nice stock of playing cards, so that they feel really good. Yeah. And the ones that I'm making for my son, I think I want to use, they have a plastic playing card, so it's really resilient. And so anyway, but they do a great job, super easy to use them. And I've had some pretty good experience with them so far. So I just figured I'd use them.
Because I just got a Bigfoot Bill too, and that had some trading cards in it. I was curious where he got that done, because those are really nice.
I don't know where he did the trading cards. I think that might have been through the same printer.
Oh, okay.
But the trading cards are a little different. I mean, I could print trading cards through this company too, but I don't know about the whole packaging. Like the foil packs.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I was like, I need to rip this off.
It looks really professional, like actual trading card company that made it. Yeah, this company, they specialize in playing cards. So just
okay.
You can order like a deck of playing cards that have your picture on the back, or you can make your own games, or you can have a photo deck where it's just a bunch of photographs that you upload to them. Like those are some of the things that they market, that they do.
That'd be a great gift, just a deck of cards with your face on your every card.
Yeah, wouldn't that? It's a really cool idea.
I think your faces, that box the Bigfoot Bill came in. I cracked that when Doug actually put his face on the box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a photo. Like
You have it? I haven't gotten my copy yet.
Where is it? Where is it?
Wow, that looks nice.
Yeah, it came out pretty cool. Oh, here it is. Here. Like,
That's funny.
and I was just like, that was awesome.
That's intense. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be making my own boxes anytime soon. I need to like make some serious money on campaigns before I
Started doing boxes.
And these cards are looking awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, someone gave me this idea a long time ago to do my characters on playing cards, and I've always loved the idea, but when I think about doing 50 cards, it just overpowers the excitement for making, for having them. But yeah, I've always kind of wanted some, and then someone mentioned it this time, and I was like, yes, perfect idea for a stretch goal.
But it's only the face cards, right?
I want to do every card. So, even like the eight card, I would just have the diamond, like on this one I'm holding up, the diamond would just be really big, and I'd have another drawing of a lesser important character on there, and then it would still say 8, but it wouldn't have 8 diamonds unless I do it in a creative way to where they're really big and close to each other so you can see the art through it.
Yeah.
That's what I should do.
That actually is pretty cool. The problem is that everyone's going to be like so absorbed in like admiring their cards that they're going to forget what game they're playing. What were we doing again? Whose turn was it?
Yeah, you totally don't have a poker face. Whoa, this ace is sweet.
I know what card you have. Oh.
Check this. Oh, oh, he has that one.
I said go fish.
Dude, his hair is all like, oh man. Oh, nuts. Let's do this.
All right, who wants to be on screen? Jessica? Yeah?
Sure.
Going
I'm
twice?
just tracing. I'm
Just
cheating.
tracing.
I'm cheating.
Tracer.
Yes. I'm plagiarizing the earth.
Plagiarizing the earth. Nice.
Okay. Man, it is focused time today. That's cool.
Black Manic said, if you can, create an accurate Earth from memory, there's something wrong with you. Or something amazingly right.
I'm going to do it right now. Okay.
That's going to be the next panel for Nolan's comic, just an Earth.
I get hung up on the illusion chain, but other than that, I'm good.
I've been watching some older anime series, and I'm like just blown away about how they're able to, for some of those older mecha animes, like how did they manage to animate these complicated mechs so accurately?
Yeah, before they did it all with computer, you mean?
Yeah.
In perspective as well.
Yeah.
Had a real mastery of their craft.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to be like a good, like even just for anatomy, like being a good, like getting everything anatomically correct, and then animating it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. Like it has my respect.
Speaking of animation, have you seen that documentary called Frank and Ollie?
Not yet. I want to though.
It's really good.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's really cool how in tune those two guys were with each other on animating stuff.
I'm sorry, what did they animate?
Frank and Ollie, they're one of the 9 old men that basically created the foundation for Disney animation. So they were there from the very beginning all the way until like I want to say the late 80s.
Okay.
And they mentored a lot of people like Glenn Keane and Brad Bird and all that and Don Bluth. And so these two guys in particular were best friends the whole time. Mm-hmm. And they animated a lot of scenes together, like Baloo and Mowgli. And so it kind of runs through how their process worked, where they'd bounce these ideas off of each other and they would act together. And then you see it side by side with the animation. And it's really cool.
That does sound really neat. To work alongside someone to share a creative vision like that. Ooh.
Well, and they commuted, so they would like all their problem solving would be done like on the way to work, and then they would evaluate on the way home from work, and so they had this crazy process going.
Say check your ego at the door sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are they both still alive, Frank and Ollie? I know one of them.
I think they both passed.
Yeah, they both passed away.
Okay. I remember when one of them did. I was still in LA. It must have been, 10 years ago or so now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they wrote The Illusion of Life, the big thick Disney book.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's this really cool book.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Ooh. Is it all about animating? I take it.
Yeah.
Oh. Sounds like a book I should have in my arsenal.
Super cool.
Part of it also feels like it's a memoir too. So it's not necessarily a tutorial. So it's kind of like a mixture of anecdotes and some principle stuff too. Just why it's a big, thick, heavy book.
Mm-hmm.
But Walt Stanchfield's book, Drawn to Life books are pretty good to read too, as well.
Okay.
My favorite animation book is the Animator Survival Kit by Richard Williams.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That one's just great. It's so simple because it's all just walk cycle after walk cycle. But it's just so, I learned so much from that.
What was it called?
Animator Survival Kit. I think that's what it's called. Something in that vein.
It's definitely helpful to have animation resources to the side. I found there's just so many times where I was like, how would you draw this effectively? And I was like, well, the animators probably know, so let's go consult them.
Yeah, this guy right here, right?
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I have seen that one.
This book here. And this is the Walt Stanchfield one. I think this is the first volume that I got.
Drawn to Life.
But it's just really simple little sketches that he does where he'll muse about just life and drawing philosophy, but he'll have stuff like this too, where it's like, how to make something feel a little bit more solid, or very basic drawing fundamentals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's great.
Gotta overlap. Yeah, stuff like surface lines, overlap, size, perspective, foreshortening, that sort of thing. Just things that would help to make things be a little bit more interesting, but also very have your drawings also be very clear as well.
Right.
Mhm.
Just good little things to tuck away as you draw and recall.
Yeah, I tell some of my students, I refer those to my students. It's crazy though how much is available for students these days. It's like,
Yeah. No shortage of good educational content anymore within easy reach.
and now with like YouTube videos and such, like we also get commentary on some of these sources as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zach, you're so quiet today.
I know. I'm so sorry. I am just deep. Like my brain is somewhere else, and I was like, I don't even know if I should be on. I'm just like,
No, it's good. I mean,
Actually, not
people on
that.
screen.
He's just programmed to respond in basic responses.
Ask me simple questions.
You only provide yes and no answers.
Yep.
See?
See.
I think we just need to give him a really bad take, see how long it takes for him to resist.
Yeah.
No. Been pretty good about staying away from bad takes lately.
Like I'll say something like, "Hey, I think Looper is a good movie."
I haven't seen it, so I have no opinion.
Well, thanks.
Boiled.
Got out of that one.
Has anyone seen Tenet yet?
No.
I haven't either.
Intriguing though.
Has anyone been to a theater yet?
What's that?
What's the theater?
Has anyone seen Mulan yet?
Oh,
You're not paying $30.
Speaking of bad takes.
Did I do a thing?
Jason, you just got yourself deplatformed.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
I haven't seen it either. So.
I heard a pretty good analysis from this is one channel called Accent and Media. So the guy is, I think he's from China, but he speaks with a pretty, he has an accent, of course, which is the channel of his name. But he's like a film director, but he gives these pretty nuanced takes on some. He focuses mostly on Asian films, but he provided a pretty good take on the whole. He had like this video essay about Mulan and the original Mulan, and it's like, it's. I mean, it makes you appreciate the original a bit more. I think there's a lot more. It felt like there's a lot more nuance, a lot more. A lot of the themes were placed a lot more deliberate than from the things I hear about the new movie. But I haven't seen the new movie yet, so I can't really say I have a fair and unbiased view on it.
Yeah. I've only heard a couple YouTube videos criticizing it, so yeah, I'm coming to it with criticism in mind already.
As soon as I heard there wasn't the dragon, I was kind of out, to be honest.
Wait, what?
Oh, Mushu? No
Yeah.
Mushu? Yeah. That was well when they said they weren't going to put the general guy, the son. I was like, why? And then they were like, oh yeah, and Mushu's not in it. And I was like, what's the point of this movie? And then I saw like a preview, and it was all, what is that movie called? That crazy one, Dancing Tiger, Flying Monkey. I can't remember what it's called.
Crouching
Tiger. That one. And then it was like I saw one little snippet of the movie, and it was that, and I was like, no.
I don't mind them trying to do that kind of take because I think that take could still do well, like just doing a live action retelling of the story of the poem, and I think it's a weird product because it's because I would want to watch it, and I feel like I would want to watch it with subtitles. Like it just feels weird to me to see, like, because maybe it's because I've seen a lot of Asian films, but it's a little bit weird for me to see something that looks very Chinese. The setting's in Chinese. The action is done in this high, the guy wire style.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's speaking they're speaking English, like American English too.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it works more it would work more for me if the whole movie was done in Mandarin, or.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched many of the Disney remakes. I've only watched Beauty and the Beast, and I actually thought they did a really good job with that. But I did see the song from Aladdin, a remake where Aladdin's coming to the palace and the genie's singing and like make way, And it was just kind of strange to see that they tried to reproduce it verbatim. And I mean, as my husband was pointing out, I was kind of like, you're so used to seeing the exaggerated features of the animation that to see it, I mean, Will Smith is a great actor, but like it just falls short, and it doesn't. I don't know. It just looked kind of boring. No, I'm not engaged.
I really enjoyed the Jungle Book. That was cool.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
But I like Jon Favreau, so I thought.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I haven't seen his Lion King, so I don't know. But the Jungle Book was fun.
Yeah, I heard it happened too with the Lion King. Is it just feels like they try to almost scene for scene, word for word, song like just exactly redo the entire thing, except it's all live action. Whereas at least with Beauty and the Beast, it was very similar, but still its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have to watch the other ones, but I just kind of heard people are like, eh.
You can avoid Dumbo if you want. I don't recommend that one.
I don't think I've ever really liked Dumbo, so I will steer clear. Even as a kid. So.
Sorry to any fans of it, but it was rough.
Sorry. I think as a kid, I was like, what kind of name is Dumbo? I mean, it has dumb in its name. So, like, what? It's not like Cool Bo. It's Dumbo.
The only Bo I like is Rambo.
Ram.
I mean, we kind of touched upon it with the DreamWorks face and like even stuff with like the Disney remakes. I think one of the things I see as a general issue that I'm having in general with what I see with art and like it's well made and it's well crafted and this draftsmanship is there, but I think there's an underlying realism that I feel is missing from and a lack of observation that I see from an art, like just like for example, like the way that people talk or the way that people act. You know, there's certain gestures and ways that people like, use their hands in animation where it's just very broad and very expressive. And I think a lot of that carries over from copying what has been done before with like Disney acting, like copying stuff that, you would see like Milt Kahl, he would have certain expressions that they would do where it's like, oh, someone's acting cocky. They do the whole like swivel head type of thing, or they'll, or when they're explaining something, they just do, the full out arm out, like very broad gestures. And I think that works pretty well, but I think everybody's re-referencing those same type of stock expressions that it doesn't feel nuanced. Whereas if I watch something like a Ghibli film, right? Like, there's something always, it feels a little bit more realistic, or it feels like there's some grounded reality in how the characters are acting or how they, they're expressing themselves. I mean, granted, anime kind of has their stock expressions too, but I still think there needs to be a little bit of a return to observing real life and how people talk, and just to make something feel a little bit more refreshing.
Right. I can get behind that. It just needs to be refreshed. Now it's expected. And there's so many different ways to portray something that the element of surprise is no longer there.
Black Manic Arts has a question, Jason.
Let's see if I can find it.
And you can tell me to shut up. I know I'm not the moderator, but
No, it's fine.
you're like,
Are you thinking about having fans contribute images to the Phobos print book? Yeah, so I do want to announce a art contest for Phobos that will kind of coincide with Inktober. The way to enter would be posted on Instagram and or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know where we're gonna exactly have it only be, but I know for sure Instagram, and then hashtag Inktober and hashtag whatever I put, like Phobos contest or something like that, and then that would be an entry, and then at the end of the month, I'll dig through all of those entries and pick the winners for the book, and so that's the plan anyway. But I need to officially announce it, but it should be coming soon.
That is a good idea. Good
If I can
time.
just yeah, and we're gonna put him. The idea is to put him into the what are they called? The in sheets. So where the book is bound to the paper, so there'll be kind of 6 pages of in sheets that we can print art on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put as many on there as I can. And they should all be black and white. That's because it fits with the Inktober nicely. So so that will make it kind of fit the style. I just need to make a website that has like all the characters and a little write up of the characters, so that people who aren't familiar with them can kind of have a reference point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's something I need to do before I launch it, though.
Exciting.
Yeah.
And it's fun because it's October, so it's Phobos and
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, it fits really nicely all together.
Like you planned it.
Oh my gosh, it's already October.
Almost. Not yet. Right? Yeah. Okay. Phew. Ooh.
Get my pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, man. Sorry. I've already been partaking hardcore in pumpkin spice. Very wagon. Hey, we don't get a fall over here, so I have to will it into existence.
So where you move, you will be getting a fall. So that's
Yes!
good.
I'm so excited. We've been telling friends and family, like, we're going to New Jersey. And it kind of comes out like, ugh, and people are like, what? Like, are you excited about that? I'm excited to have a season.
Yeah. I miss seasons too.
Oh. Yeah.
Houston, there is one season all year.
Mm.
Hey, because you're in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and you totally understand.
Someone posted like a meme or something. It was the seasons of Florida. Spring was pollen. I think summer was just like hurricanes. Fall is football. That's the season. And then winter is just like you see a snowman made out of sand. It's something.
I have a very skewed perspective on Florida. I've never been there, but I read these books by Carl Heisen. I don't know how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a very warped, because he's from Florida, and his perspective on Florida is very entertaining.
Well, it's not boring. I'll say that. Apparently, you can actually look up your birthday and like type in the date and then type in Florida man, and there'll be pretty much a story that some Florida man has done something on your birthday. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, mine's my favorite is as on my birthday it's Florida man threatens to kill man with kindness, and he calls us machete kindness.
If I type in Florida man, I'm gonna get some other website.
So on my birthday, Florida man who allegedly threatened family with Coldplay lyrics and standoff after SWAT promises him pizza.
Oh,
I gotta
this
find this.
collection of Coldplay lyrics is unusual.
What song
Is it a website, Florida man?
I think
No, I
you
know
should
I didn't
Google it.
like top some news like website. And I was like,
Yeah. That's a good one. Oh, one thing we were very amazed by is driving around New Jersey. There are so many Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, they're delicious.
It's amazing. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just amazing.
Have you been to New England where it's like the epicenter of it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's on every corner practically.
Yeah, okay, I believe it now.
Their iced coffee.
I mean, they kind of had something resembling healthy when I was there, so I was like, okay, I guess. That and their crazy left turns. Lack thereof.
Nick Welch says, Florida man, woman run over by patrol car while lying in the road to watch eclipse.
Oh,
That's horrible. We're all laughing at someone getting ran over,
Yeah,
but it's still funny. It's horrible.
it is.
oh man.
Mine was Florida man ticketed after eating pancakes in the middle of the intersection. Okay.
Okay.
You gotta eat pancakes. You gotta eat pancakes.
You just got to stop
Yeah,
the highway to do it too.
That would probably be me. That would be my Florida man experience. Gotta eat my breakfast.
It's my rights.
It's a very involved food to take into an intersection.
Right? That's commitment. It's kind of impressive.
It takes forethought. You know, I'm not doing a breakfast burrito this morning. I'm getting the whole pancakes.
Nah, bruh. It's pancake morning.
In the intersection.
Hey, Zach, is Houston known for any food? Because I hear like barbecue happens. Like it feels like barbecue is more famous in like probably central like Texas or Dallas or San Antonio, but I don't really hear anything about Houston.
Houston is it's a melting pot. So it's out like, you know, you think of Texas, you think of barbecue, but Houston specifically no, because you have the Cajun Louisianan influence coming in from Louisiana right there. And so we got a lot of that. And then we have a lot of Hispanic Mexican food coming up from below. And then from above it's barbecue. So you get these things that are called Tex-Mex, and they start combining and fusing all of them. So it's just a big cluster of food.
Delicious.
Yeah. My favorite actually here is something I didn't expect, which is Korean.
Oh,
So I was like, wow, this is some good stuff. I never thought cabbage would taste so good.
oh yeah.
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Yeah. So it's like we have a lot of mediocre food, but we don't have anything that's that good. But the pizza down here is awful.
Awful?
No one knows how to make a proper pizza down here.
What makes it awful? It's hard to mess up pizza.
I know, but when they start adding like Munster cheese instead of provolone, like things go really wrong really fast.
What's provolone doing on a pizza? It's gotta be mozz.
No, it's mozzarella. What you want is it's a 50-50 mozzarella provolone. Trust me, that's really what you want. But they do all kinds of weird stuff down here trying to figure it out, and they just can't quite get it. It's like you have to go to like a Domino's if you want like just a pizza that tastes somewhat like a pizza, which is sad.
I mean, is it the water? Like, because I know like my cousin used to live in New York, and he would brag about how like, oh well, you know, when he's trying to teach his friends how to make New York pizza, he would ship them New York water, like bottles of New York tap.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. I just know that down here the water tastes very Chlorine. It's super chlorine down here.
The BP water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That Gulf water makes for some good drinking.
Yeah.
Is there like a
Go look at the Gulf and how dirty it is and be like, yeah, no.
Is there a
Like, I'm
huge
drinking this oil derrick water. It's delicious.
Well, there recently was something that happened to the water where there was like a huge amount of sediment got pushed up ashore, and it made the water toxic, like acidic toxic.
Dang.
So the whole entire Gulf Coast was like you couldn't go down there and swim or do anything just because like if you went in there you were gonna burn your skin off. So you know.
Mm.
Sounds fantastic.
Yep. Don't mean to be such a downer. It's awful.
No, you had me at the skin burning off. That was.
Looks like I exited just the right
Oh.
time.
We're just talking about water.
Yep, water.
No.
We are.
As I drink water from a glass. Perfect.
Huh.
Can you cook an egg in Houston on the pavement? Like, does it get that hot?
Pancakes.
Mm.
Can't cook an egg, but you can cook a pancake in an intersection.
Only in Florida.
You don't even need a stove. You don't. Just put it on there.
Stove optional.
Pancakes.
Black Manic Art says, mine was Florida man threatens to shoot pet store employees. This is a horrible game.
Just regular violence.
There's no like twist on it. It's just
This kibble sucks. What a refund. I haven't looked mine up in a while. Now you got me wondering.
I wonder if that's the same with New Jersey. New Jersey man. New Jersey man.
Ooh.
See my birthday.
Oh, mine's not that exciting. A Florida man actually tried to board on a flight to Orlando with a fake grenade. That's low.
fake
levels.
grenade.
Come on, Florida man. Up the ante.
I did New Jersey
Look
with
at
my birthday, and it's pretty grisly.
Oh no.
not a good. That's not a good game.
I know. I just saw another one. I was like, oh no. Okay, yep. That's not gonna be repeated out loud. Ugh. Close. It's creepy.
Want more? Did you want more?
I hear a little person.
Detected.
Come here, little person.
The restaurant daddy.
Thank you.
I hear a little mailman.
I hear an espresso machine.
Ooh. Choose my espresso machine.
Hey, Jason, if you were to crowdfund, animation, how would you do it? Like, how long would the project be? Yeah, how long would how long would it be? Would it be a short, or would it be? Do you think you could do, or if you could do a feature length, how would you approach that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What budget would you set that at?
Let's see. I haven't really studied how people are doing Indigo or Kickstarters for that, but I would think you would probably want to break it into chunks, whether it's making the pilot episode of a series or, have your goal be for the first 15 minutes that you'll release for free, and then if it keeps growing, then you can keep tacking time onto it. Is kind of what I would think, but I don't know, maybe that's the wrong approach. Maybe you kind of need to be all in, all or nothing. Like, I need, all this money to make it happen. Otherwise, I'm not even going to start. So I guess it depends on the goals you have. Like, if you're just trying to slowly get it done and prove the concept so you can pitch it in Hollywood or to Netflix or whatever, then that would probably be the best way, doing funding chunks of it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that too much. I do like. I do think at some point I might want to try it though, because I would really enjoy trying to at least get a pilot episode of something I've something I've written done. And that'd be fun. But budget, yeah. Oh man, it's just there's too many variables. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it for a while and study what other people are doing. So I failed to answer your question.
Well, it's kind of interesting because like you think just the way that we like crowdfunding is an interesting invention, and it's worked so far for like a graphic novel medium.
Yeah.
And the way that I don't know. I think I can't speak too much about like financial systems and how you can get things funded, but I think they're changing all the time, and I wonder if we can get to a point where you can actually like have like a feature quality animation and a fully fleshed out movie, but done so without the traditional system. And
yeah,
for example, like Studio Ghibli, I think what I gather from them, they get together to do the movie, and then afterwards they like all this like after the wind rises, they all like disbanded, or it wasn't really a full-time studio that you're having with, say, like Pixar or Disney, where you're paying everybody's benefits and such.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot more of it in the future. It just needs to be the right kind of crew, the right kind of group of people. Like, say any one of these like really popular anime companies actually funded something. That would be pretty sweet, I think. I don't know. I'm not in that world, so it's hard for me to kind of think about it anymore. Like budget and what it would take. I know you can produce hand-drawn animation a lot easier now than you could back when I was doing it, just 10 years. Tools that make it really accessible,
Could you do you think you have the tools to raise $20 million on a Kickstarter?
See, I don't think you would need 20 million at all, or even close to that, to do a good animation if you had the right team,
Do you think you would do it? Would it be a movie that would be animated like with your frame? Like, would you want to do a film that feels a little bit more like an art project versus, say, like, doing full 20, animating on ones?
Well, the thing is, you don't really need to animate on. Well, you wouldn't need to animate on ones, and the tools, like the computer software you have that assist the animation process. It makes it so much faster. So, I mean, there's a lot of like tricks to help in betweening things and stuff. Not like the flash in betweening and all that stuff, but I think there would be a lot of ways you could make it a lot cheaper. I mean, that's kind of what I was always hired to do. I'd be hired at these motion design studios. They wanted to sell animation, but they didn't want to pay for cell animation. And so I'd be like, well, let's do hybrid stuff. And so even back, 10 years ago, there was a lot of tools that made it to where you could actually have cell animation, but you're playing with software to assist it. And so now it's even more, there's a lot of tools that you can use. And I haven't really dove back into it either. So, but I think back in the day when I was at DreamWorks, I really wanted them to have a small kind of like pilot type program where they would give people like $5 million to make a movie instead of trying to make one for $150 million. And then the artists and people could form their own teams and pitch an idea with the thought that if you had formed the right team of like 5 or 10 people and were given this budget, like you could produce something. And I really think that would be really doable for like a $5 million budget if you had the right team of passionate people who knew the tricks of the software and were thought outside of the box and stuff. I think it's really, really, I think it's something that could really be done, but I don't know. It's all speculation, but that's with me. I say that because I've made my own animation, and I'd take time off from freelance jobs and work on my own animation, then come back to the studio I was working at and show a producer. I'd be like, I did this over the last month. And they're like, what? All by yourself? How are you doing this all by yourself? And so I know it can be done. It's just a matter of like finding the right people is always the hardest part.
I like the way that television has evolved. I like that longer episodic storytelling, but then I still have a soft spot for movies because I think just watching something for a couple hours, like you can tell a pretty grand and epic tale with it versus
Yeah.
investing hours upon hours and with a TV series that is like open ended. Like I like the finality of that.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
would
yeah.
agree with that medium, that type of storytelling end. I
Yeah.
kind of don't. Part of me kind of doesn't like I appreciate it in some ways, but I also see like the deficiencies. Like if it's just open ended and the story
Yeah.
just keeps going on and on and on, it's like, and then eventually they have to invent some ending. And whereas with the movie, I feel like that the themes and the arcs can all be like tied up in a nice little bow.
Yeah.
It's done right.
And I agree. And I was meaning like, I think a movie could be done for like $5 million if you have the right people, and it could be very cutting edge experimental, like the intro to Kung Fu Panda, like one, like that was like James Baxter animating it and me and another guy, Eric Tillman's, doing all the compositing and then just, a handful of artists making the art. There was so many corners we cut, but it was amazing animation, and you wouldn't have to have someone like James Baxter, which is like cream of the crop, but you can have really good animators and people who know the tools to make something really awesome, but yeah, I would love to eventually tap into that world again when the time is right.
Speaking of episodic storytelling, do you guys have any favorite books on that? Because there's plenty of books on like the long form stuff.
Oh man, I don't know of anything.
Yeah, I haven't come across anything that.
Like how to tell a story.
Yeah, I know that the principles like for long form can be applied to episodic, but I didn't know if there's any book specifically addressing like.
Come in. Hold on.
You've got mail.
Ooh. Good job, Robot Zach.
Yeah. Just trying.
That's pretty convincing.
Couldn't go deeper and lower though. It's like you've got mail.
Oh, no.
Connor.
A horrible turn. Sure.
Let me show you where I'm at with my things so far.
Oh man.
Is that?
There we go.
I feel like the detail is lost since putting the texture on it, but because if I don't have it, if I have the lines in the hair, then it too bright, then it just looks wrong.
Yeah, unless you pull out a few of them, but look, it looks good. I think it looks good. Yeah, you could try pulling out a few of them, highlighting a few if you wanted to emphasize that.
Highlight what? Oh, a few of the hairs?
Yeah, or like little, like small patches or spots.
Yeah, that's a good idea to just pick some parts.
Man, I want this deck of cards because my family has a game we play called Crap on Your Neighbor. And it's basically Uno, but you play it with a deck of cards.
Florida man.
I want to throw an ace down like that and be like, yeah. Reversal. Take my Phobos.
Crap on your neighbor.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised that that's a game your family would play?
So
No.
so let's dig into the premise of the game. How
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
know
it's just
more.
Uno. It's Uno. It literally is. It's Uno. It's aces are reverse. Jacks are pick up 5.
Oh, okay.
And skip. Twos are the horrible. Like you put a 2, and then if the person has a 2, they can put down a 2. If they don't have a 2, they have to pick up 2 cards, and it skips their turn. It literally is. It's Uno, but with just playing cards. So, and I don't know where it started and how far it goes back in my family, but I grew up playing that. So,
Where did the title come from?
I don't know, but it makes sense.
Okay. I'm not very Dropbox savvy, but there you go. It's private chat. I sent a link to Nolan's little comic.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah.
Let's
Nothing
see
crazy. Don't get too excited.
what's going on here. Let me see.
Oh, dang. Oh.
Wait,
Show your screen then.
Oh.
who has it on screen so I can show it?
Here, I should pull it up.
I forgot all about that. Oh,
Yeah.
Ghost kitty.
Yay!
I don't know. Coming out of a hole.
Ghost kitty.
I forgot to draw I forgot to color in the other band on his hat there.
Oh, I thought he was just trying to be original. Like,
It's just
I'm only gonna have one band colored.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
So is that a burial? Is that why he's all or is that a hole?
I
is
thought-
could
Oh,
be
like
whatever
it's
you
dead.
want.
that's for you to decide in panel 3. So
oh gosh.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Who's it gonna be?
To be continued. It'll turn into some epic saga that just continues on.
Craig, you want to take over? You want to do it?
As someone. Let it, ruminate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever happens, we'll just blame Nolan for whatever. There you go.
Oh man, it's already 2:12. I need to go eat lunch. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more highlights and then we're gonna shut this thing down.
You eat lunch, I gotta make dinner. Soon time. Oh yeah, that looks nice.
The highlights on it, on the hair. Yeah, it does help a lot.
I love that grit texture look. Now what?
Amali asks, Jason, do you have a set of brushes with texture on your Gumroad?
I don't have brushes mainly because I've always used other people's brushes, so I don't have anything to really sell that I've created. That light source is totally wrong. I have 2 light sources. I guess he has a light source behind his shoulder and then one in front of him. Okay, I've solved the problem in my own mind.
If anybody asks, there's 2 light sources.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was a very liberating thing that I learned over the years. Is you want to make it believable, but you definitely can. You also you're in control of how you determine how things are lit and staged.
Yeah.
It's kind of more important in some ways that you get a good read rather than,
Yeah.
it's believable. Because most, if it was completely accurate, most lighting would be just absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's been really helpful for me too. It's just knowing that I don't have to follow any of the rules as long as, like sometimes I can break anatomy and bend arms, or I can have weird lighting or different colored, backgrounds, and right next to each other. It just doesn't matter as long as it's kind of for whatever artistic reason I'm trying to do it for.
I was reading, reading some kind of comic, and it was like the actually I think it was Garfield. When I was doing, like, oh my goodness, he's still like doing all these comics, and I was looking at some of the older ones, and he would get by with like doing a pink sky or something ridiculous, and or you'd be in a room and it'd be like one crazy color, and then like you come back to it and it's a totally different color, but you wouldn't even notice it. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I heard this anecdote with the Ren and Stimpy show when they sent the animation over to Korea, and they would get it back. And there's one scene where like, who's Stimpy? Yeah, Stimpy's the red one, right? And there's a scene like he's like talking to the camera, but they like all his eyes disappeared, and there were only these two black dots. Like they just like gave up or something like that. And like when they were like, what the? And then John Kay was like, let's keep it in there. And so you actually go back and look at the animations, like that's what happens. Like the eyes disappear. There's just two big black dots. And it kind of fits the show because it's like all zany and stuff, and you
was
wouldn't
it
really.
like for certain focuses that they do that? Like if he's like really surprised, or is it just kind of random?
It's just totally random. Like some animator just slept on it or something.
Well, I've known some people I've known some people that worked on it, and from what I've heard, one of the things that they would say, the John guy would say to the animators is, I don't want any frame to look the same as another frame. Like that's the rule. Like every single frame needs to look different. And so you'd get these really weird like re-renderings of the characters that were just completely off model, and that was intentional to keep it interesting looking.
Basically sums up the 90s.
Yeah.
He came in and pitched my old boss a show.
Oh yeah.
Because the show was like super zany and like crazy. And so he jumps up out of the seat and he's like, these guys are crazy and they're intense. And he grabbed my boss's ear and yanked it and then made it like bright red. And then my boss shouted, get out! And then that was the end of the pitch.
Whoa.
I believe it.
Basically almost ripped his ear off.
Yeah. I've heard some horrible stories about that guy.
That's the only one I know.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. Ooh, this is looking much better now that I did doing the highlights. Thanks, Jessica, for that suggestion.
You did it better than I would have done it, so it looks great. Getting highlights at the summer.
Oh, our adolescent brains.
I'll know I've arrived if a high school girl takes this card into a hair salon and says, "Can I get highlights like this?"
While you're at it, can you perm my hair like this too? It's gonna be the new trend, the next trend.
Perms.
That style, it looks like a playing card. The spade. Where did you go? What? That shouldn't have happened.
All right. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Nothing bothers me anyway.
Not till tomorrow.
Yeah. I accidentally did the little scuffs on the card by the letter A up there, and that was totally an accident. So then I was like, hey, that's kind of a cool idea to do all over the cards, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It might be too much, but
No, I think it looks good. I like that.
You're gonna have some kids like looking at the cards like, why is it dirty?
yeah.
Where's the light source?
Yeah.
They're all judgy art kids.
Actually, I might want to darken one thing real quick. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I like it. I would much rather have that ace card than this one.
Yep. Agreed. One down. How many more to go?
Oh man. Well, this is the only one that I really need to do at this point, but it depends on how high that campaign goes.
I could do like 50. Like you pick out that high, you do all 52.
Wait, let's say that again.
If it got that high, would you do all 52? Or would you
yeah,
do base
yeah.
cards?
That's the goal. That's why I gave that to myself as stretch goals, is because I really want to do this, but to justify putting that much time into a card deck, I got to make some serious money from it,
So it's almost like a dunk tank, where it's like, the more people like earning money and we make you work or something. So
Yeah.
throw more money at the campaign.
Yeah.
Dunk Jason.
All that said, if you guys like to see more of these cards, head on over to the Phobos campaign because we have the stretch goals, which is to make a whole deck of cards. So, so please, every $1,000 that it increases will mean another card made. Quite possibly, I'll do. I don't know if I haven't decided yet if the ace card means I do all 4 of the ace cards, all 4 suits, or if it just means I do like all of the one suit, and then I have to keep getting more money to get more suits. I guess it depends on how long it takes. So I need to design the back of the cards too, now that I think about it. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. Thanks for watching, you guys. Do you guys want to do any shout outs for your stuff, or talk about anything that's you have going on or that someone else has going on that you want to talk about before we go?
Sure.
Anything?
I'll
Yeah.
I'll just direct people always to my webpage.
All right. You're on screen. Let me put your banner up.
Thank you. Get to see behind the scenes. Getting close to finishing my little introduction comic to Interstellar. So if you guys are new, anyone who's new, I'm making a comic called Interstellar. And yeah, you can come see my work at JessicaVanderPaul.com or at VanderJess10 on Instagram. So some big changes are coming, and I'm getting really close to finishing this. So stay tuned. I know I've been saying that for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, Vander Wow.
We'll get there.
Yeah, awesome. It looks good. I can't wait for you to get it done and do the Kickstarter and everything.
Yes, me too. Me too. I'm ready for a change.
Mm-hmm. All right, punching pandas.
All right, folks. My name is Nolan, and I'm behind Punching Pandas, but I'm working on a current project where I'm trying to get this children's book written. It's mostly done, so I'm trying to plan ahead for the Kickstarter and figuring out all that mess. And so this is a story about Hugo, the giant gorilla, trying to find the perfect place for a picnic. The book's pretty much done. Just have to tweak a few things and hopefully getting the Kickstarter done in October. Haven't quite set the day yet. And it features other characters like Gilbert, the Mega Lizard, Hugo, of course, the title character, Robo Rita, and the 50-foot tall woman, Tall Sally. So, anyways, just be on the lookout for that. I have a website, nolanlee.com, where I have my non-panda stuff, and the Punching Panda stuff is obviously under punchingpandas.com. So,
awesome.
Yep.
Can't wait, man. Okay, who wants to go next? Michael, you're on screen. Let me get your.
Go back, Phobos.
Oh yeah, go back.
There you go. Got your website up there. Oh, how'd the Phobos fan art turn out?
I started inking. Whoops. It's missing. Where did it go?
Disappeared.
There it is. Slowly coming along. Extra angry.
Nice.
I made her wrench a little larger than.
Yeah. No, that looks better than the wrench I drew for it.
Those boots are epic. Her boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah, good poses.
I'll have it done. Hopefully, maybe next time we do this, I'll start finishing.
Okay. Yeah. No rush. I'm excited you're doing it. I love it. And do you want to show your stuff and talk about your stuff at all?
Me? The new news is I got the proof for my Flat Riot graphic novel.
Oh, let me get you on screen.
Wow.
So 120
Nice.
pages, and so
Wow.
I'll have more news on it later. But that was cool that it came.
So can people buy that somewhere right now?
No, only the individual issues are available.
Mhm.
And I'm working on the avenues of how to release it as a trade paperback. So
Okay. Are you going to try to do a Kickstarter or Indiegogo possibly?
I'd like to, but I don't know how long that's going to take because, you said in your book, it's good to have a tribe or an audience to carry over to those platforms. And because I'm so terrible at marketing anything, and myself included, it's going to be a journey.
Well, where have you gotten your audience for the past books so far?
So far, it's all just Facebook, and mainly Facebook, really.
Okay.
Yeah, primary.
You don't.
I have an audience on Instagram, but it's not. From what I've heard, it's not an audience that really carries over to. But I could be wrong.
How big is it on Instagram?
Almost 11,000.
Okay, that's not bad. Well, the thing about Indiegogo, I tell this to Jessica, Indiegogo and Kickstarter, that is marketing. So, you will get a lot of people discovering you by doing a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo. So, it's nice to be able to throw your audience at it, but if you put good work up on there and people are searching those sites all the time for comics, and they're recommended. And, if I back your Kickstarter, then it tells all my supporters that I've backed your Kickstarter. So it's just, it really does do something for marketing. So something to think about anyway.
Awesome.
And then we got Zach, full screen. Hey, Zach.
Oh, no, not my favorite. No.
Doing work. You want to send anyone anywhere, Zach? I got your information on screen.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you can check all those things that are down there, and that would be very much appreciated. And then go check out Phobos if you haven't, which I don't understand why you wouldn't have if you're already here. It seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, everyone's checked out Phobos.
So go do it again.
It's all done. Yep. Back it again. Send a friend there.
Double back.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, keeping me sane as I'm working, and helping me actually with the art direction of this. That's been really helpful. So I will see you guys next time. I don't know when I'll stream again. I kind of, I go on and off about the excitement for streaming. But I'm going to keep trying to do it at least a couple times a week, maybe 3 times a week during the campaign of Phobos. So subscribe, hit the notifications button. We're also on Twitch. We're also on Facebook. So there you go. That's it. That's all I got for you. Anything else? Wait, let's turn off this banner first.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone say bye really, really and weird and joking. See you guys.